Hey guys, welcome back to my 100 most popular algorithm series. The problem at hand is house robber, which is lead code problem number 198. It is a medium categorized problem and liked by almost more than 6,500 people. Okay, so it's again a very interesting problem. So let's go through the problem statement. You are a professional robber planning to rob houses along the street. Each house has a certain amount of money stashed in it. The only constraint stopping you from robbing each of them is that adjacent houses have security system connected. So it will automatically contact police if the two adjacent houses were broken in the same night. So that is a constraint that we need to keep in mind. We are not to rob adjacent houses. So we given a list of non-negative integers representing the amount of money each house has. We need to determine how much maximum amount of money we can rob without alerting the alarm or without alerting the police. So for example, here there is an array, 1, 2, there are 4 elements, each represents houses. So this house is 1, 2, 3 and 1 units of cash available. Okay, and so the thing is, if we rob this particular house, then we cannot rob this. So we can rob this, or we can rob this or this. And then we need to find out which is the maximum, what is the maximum amount that we can collect. Okay. So this particular problem can be solved using dynamic programming. It is again one of the classic dynamic programming question. So I'll just explain how that solution can work. So here I've taken an example. So there are 5 houses, each with this amount of money. So in dynamic programming approach, as we all know, we have a DP array. Now each element of each item in the DP array will represent what is the maximum amount of money that can be robbed till this point. And as we all know, DP is all about breaking the problem into smaller problems and solving them first. So let's start with the smallest possible problem here, which is what if we have just one house? Okay, so what if we have just one house? Then the choice is simple. We will rob it. There are no adjacent houses, so nothing to alarm the police. So the maximum amount of profit we can collect with having one house is 2. Let's expand our number of houses a bit. So let's say we have 2 houses. Now in this 2 and 7, we know that if we rob the maximum amount of profit, if we rob the first house is 2, the maximum amount of profit we can get if we rob the second house is 7. So obviously the answer here is 7. That is the maximum amount we can collect at this till this point is 7. Now let's include the third house, which is 9. So now here we have 2 choices. One is we can rob the first house and the present one, or we can rob the previous house. Okay, so here if we rob the first house and this house, so the first house, the maximum profit we can have is 2, plus we can add the current house, which is 9. So here the amount that we can collect is 11. If we just rob this house, then we only collect 7. So here the answer is 11, that the maximum profit we can have here is 11. Now let's move to the fourth one. Here again same logic. If we can rob these two, then 10, or if we rob this, then 11. So here the answer will be 11. The maximum profit we can have at this point is 11. And then we include the last item, the last house. So the maximum profit we can have, so we can rob this plus this, so that's 12, or we can rob this, that is 11. So the answer is 12. So the maximum amount that we can collect is 12. That's our answer. So this is how the logic goes. So let's start coding of this problem. So firstly, if we have no houses, then we cannot have any profit, so we'll return 0. Another special case, if we just have a single house, then we'll just return that amount, because that's the amount we can rob. Right, so now we will need a DP array. So we will have a DP array. We'll initialize it to 0. We have the length of the DP array is same as the number of houses available. Okay. So the next part, as always in dynamic programming, is we need to add our base cases. So the first base case is if we just have one house, then the profit we can collect is just this, the value of that house. Now if we have two houses, then the profit we can collect is max of the values at first and second houses. So whatever is the maximum between the two, that amount of profit we can collect at this point. So those were the two base cases. Now we need to iterate for other houses, all the other houses. So we'll start from second position till the end of the array, that is end of all the houses. Now here, as we discussed, we have two options, right? The one option is this plus this. So let's say we are at this position, which is the second index position. So we have two options, either we rob first or this, or we rob the second house. So we have first option, which is we can rob the first house, I mean the two houses prior to us plus the current house, or the option 2 is we rob the previous house. Okay, so the answer for this, the maximum profit that we can collect at this point, is actually the max of option 1 and option 2. And after all the iterations, so all the entire DP array is populated, our answer will get collected in the last element. Oops, this should be DP. Okay, let me run our code. Oops, I just keep forgetting this syntax. Let me try it again. There you go. So we have the answer. Let's try with this example. Yeah, it worked too. Let me try with the few more special cases. Let's say we have only two houses. Yeah, it is working fine. Let's say if we have single house, that should also work. Yeah, let me submit our code. Yeah, it got accepted. So that's how you solve this problem. It's a dynamic programming approach. I hope you liked this coding challenge. Stay tuned for more coding challenges like this. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.